Good afternoon, welcome to GrainTV. It's July 14th, 2014. I'm Logan Burgess. To my right here is Cody Bills, and we finally have some positive price action here in the grains to talk about. We saw corn up 3 1/4. Soybeans was up just a penny on the August contract, picking up 11 1/4 though on the new crop November contract. Chicago wheat moving higher as well, up 11 3/4. This morning, Cody, we did get the export inspections report. Was that pushing this market higher, or just kind of a bounce back from what we saw last week?
You know, really what I thought it was a little bit of a pause, not even a bounce back. I mean, when you look at corn only up 3 cents and soybeans up 11 cents, I mean, this wasn't the kind of snapback with conviction that you want to see here. When you look at inspections, I mean, really, I don't think a lot of this is fundamentally driven in today's action. You know, you look at inspections, we came in within analyst expectations for corn with 377,000 metric tons inspected for export. We had, that was for wheat. We had corn come in with 926,000 metric tons inspected for export, and soybeans actually beat analyst expectations with about 115,000 metric tons inspected for export. So they were positive, but I don't think that's what was driving this. In a sense, I got the feeling on Friday that we overreacted here to what was reported in the old crop months. Mm-hmm. You know, we saw that negative residual number that kind of shocked the market. Really had the old crop contract sell off significantly relative to the new crop. It looks as though we have a little bit of footing here, but when you look at old crop and new crop here, we saw old crop relatively strong today, which is just, I think, a snapback and balancing of what we saw on Friday's trade.
Yeah, we're going to have to see if we do see that continued strength here out of the new crop contracts. If you take a look at what we got from the USDA this afternoon in terms of crop progress, we did see 1% added to the good to excellent rating on this corn crop. And we saw soybeans unchanged, but we saw 1% moved from the good to the excellent category. So another very strong week in terms of crop progress, and really reflective of what we've been hearing from producers here this morning and late last week as we were talking to them in the office here. Take a look at this map from NOAA. This shows accumulated precipitation over the last 7 days, and you can see really an exceptional area of the grain belt received 2 to 3 inches, kind of that good amount of precipitation that we want to be seeing at this time in the growing season to really maintain good crop growing conditions. The one thing here to keep an eye on moving forward is that we're going to have some exceptionally cold temperatures between 4 and 8 degrees below normal for much of the grain belt, as you can see here, really through the weekend. So now the question is, Cody, we do have exceptional crop progress, we have exceptional good to excellent ratings, but obviously it's a concern now as we're entering pollination and blooming. Is this cold temperature going to have an impact on yield? You know,
I don't think it will. I mean, you look at silking, we're about 34% silking, blooming 41%. That's about on par. Blooming is actually above the 4-year average here. The 4-year average for blooming is about 37%. So we're running a little bit ahead of pace here. I don't think these cooler temperatures are going to have a significant effect on yield. If anything, it's going to affect the growing degree days here. Looks as though we're going to get a warming temperature later on in the week, and we'll kind of move back. I know that we're about 4 to 6 degrees colder around this week here than typically what we see. But I think, when we talk about the growing degree days and kind of how slow this crop may develop, it'll actually put potentially a frost freeze threat on this crop later on during the growing season.